connected via the miracle of technology. Hello, my name's Dan, and welcome to the live show. I'm gonna tweet this right now. Did I even tweet the correct link? I did. That's good. Okay, because I've been not doing that recently. Hello, everybody watching me on YouNow, all the peeps that just got jump scared in their Tumblr feed, and the people watching this back on YouTube. Hi, how you doing? I haven't done one of these in a few weeks because I went to VidCon, which meant I was in America, but now I'm back, so it's good to catch up with you. A lot's happened. I think it's safe to say that because of a certain disaster that I had, who's trying to talk to me? Go away, I don't like it. Oh, you now retweeting me. Thanks for the support. I've had a fairly traumatizing entrance to the country. Right, so you know that when I went to the Bahamas, that whole freaking Bahamas thing happened, which was just a complete disaster on every single level. And I bet you're thinking, okay, Dan, you're never going to have an incident that's going to be as bad as that again, because you literally got not let into the country. You had to fly to the Bahamas and back. That was pretty bad. Well, this time, when Phil and I, because he's been dragged into it this time too, were attempting to get into America to go to attend VidCon, we missed our flight, as I'm sure many of you will have seen on Twitter. Now, this, I have to defend myself, because I know that I'm a pretty awful human being, and you will expect this from me, but in all fairness, despite how disorganized and terrible I seem to be generally in life, it was the first time and only time I have ever actually fully missed a flight. So I don't know if you're somebody that's done this before, and this is an experience that you're used to, but for me, this was terrifying. Oh my god, so a lot of people have heard this on stage. They've seen a version on the YouTube channel on YouTube, so I'll give you the lowdown. So if you're having a bad day, if you're watching this right now and you're like, I'm stressed, this is going to make you feel so relaxed in comparison to me. So are you ready for this? Okay. We were leaving, everything was going fine. I changed my outfit like 10 times because, you know, it's important when you've got loads of time in a day to change your outfit so you look best when you're on a plane and no one's going to see you. And then we were getting ready to leave. Phil looked at me and was like, Dan, why is all the colour drained out of your face? You look a bit weird. And I'd lost my passport. I hadn't seen my passport in hours. I'm not somebody that loses my passport. So that was pretty terrifying. Spent 20 minutes destroying the entire house looking for the passport. Didn't find it. It turns out earlier that day when I changed my outfit a bunch of times, I left my passport in a pair of jeans that I had since packed into a suitcase and put in the trunk of the car that was about to take us to the airport. So I had to get my suitcase out the car. People were honking. I was causing a traffic jam. I was taking my underwear and putting it in the middle of a street on like a Saturday. I don't remember. It was bad. Got in the car. The Queen was doing some speech. You know, English government, boring. All the roads were closed. The driver didn't know how to get to the airport. Literally, he's an airport car driver, and he didn't know how to get to the airport. So a journey that should have taken 1 hour took about 2.5 hours, and then we arrived literally 2 minutes after the flight closed, and we got told that we'd missed it. We start both freaking out because we're supposed to be headlining an arena show at VidCon the next evening, and because, you know, last minute flights, you're not going to get to the same thing at the same time. So we were thinking we've just ruined everything. People are going to turn up to our meetup and it's just going to be a wall. Hi, I met Dan and Phil. It was so much better than the experience of actually meeting them. So I'm like crying on the floor, but then they say there's a flight at like 3 a.m. the next day. Don't sleep at the airport because I can't, that didn't happen. I got no sleep. Got on a plane, didn't sleep because there was a freaking bar on the plane. I don't know if you've seen this, but people are like, wow, modern flights. We'll make it cool so people can like network and make friends. You know, the two things that I hate doing, like meeting other people, bonding with other people, socializing with them generally. They had a bunch of bar stools around a little table and people were doing shots on a flight. This was a day flight. So I was trying to sleep because I hadn't slept in like 2 days and I was freaking out. And people were like literally doing tequila shots on this flight and I was like, murder me. so I didn't get any sleep on the flight. We landed in California about 2 hours before me and Phil were supposed to go on stage at this convention and perform in front of thousands of people. And I managed to get there just in time, and I went on stage in the clothes that I'd been wearing for 2 days. So that was traumatizing. But as people know, I basically just told the story. What is wrong with me? I'm like afraid of aeroplanes now. Like, what is, the death plane, the Bahamas, the fact that I even had to go to the Bahamas, it was absolutely tragic. If you feel ever like you're a functional person and then you do something bad and you feel bad about it, or you just feel like you're not a functional person, compared to me, you're all fine. Is this part of the rebrand, missing flights? Okay, thank you for that one. No, I think it's safe to say that the aspect of Dan that would miss a flight is the one that I've always been. Oh, great. Dan, have you had a barbecue this year? Come on, Gary. Do you think I've been outside this yet? No. You met Simply Nailogical. I met a lot of people at VidCon. It was fun. I got to meet several hundred of you guys, which was lovely. One of the loveliest bunches I've met in one place. So thanks for that. Good to know that Dan being a fail hasn't gone. Thanks for you being thankful for that. And we thought 2016 was bad. Don't doubt me for a minute. I'm going to surprise you all. Collaborate with her and get your nails done in a better way than myself. Yeah, that'd definitely be the thing. How was your day, said Kat. My day today was good. I woke up at like 2 p.m. because of the jet lag. When you go to California, it's 8 hours behind the UK. So I get back, it's like 5 a.m. and I can't sleep. I'm just like wide awake, like, hello, and then an alarm goes off at 10 a.m. and I'm like, nope, I'll just hit snooze. Oh wait, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm completely broken. So yeah, that's been my experience. Reasons why Dan's a fail, yay, can't say it without the jingle. Indeed. Little fact that someone asked me at VidCon, it is Phil and I both singing together while I ditty on a cringe stylophone. It's vintage, it's cringe, but it represents me. Let's not disagree with that. I want to pet a doggo. I pet a lot of doggos while I was in California. That was a good thing about the trip. Indeed. Say hi to Olivia, Cherry, and Charlie, please. What up, guys? And also Aaliyah, Christy, and Avery. Hello, thanks for watching. Do I like the Libertines? Yes, Jertlina, although like more in 2006, I guess. What's been making you feel happy? Said Amelia is a boring person. Amelia, I'm sure you're not a boring person if you're watching me. If you're watching me, that makes you interestingly weird and someone with issues. So you're anything but boring. Don't feel bad about that. What's been making me... The support of my lovely... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? This t-shirt, which... Can I show this? Let's find out. It's FKA Twigs official merch, and you can't... I'm going to just hide my face and turn up the brightness on this thing right now. That's disgusting. It's FKA Twigs with something covering her nipples, attached via a nose piercing to Baphomet, whose lap she's sitting on. Wow, same, to be honest. I mean, that, I too am going to chain myself to a demon naked in my next piece of art. Let's see how that goes. Love the shirt. I love the shirt. How are you today? I'm good, thank you. I love that all of you, including you, Maria, are just so concerned all the time. I'm here to tell you something funny and be generally entertaining, but you're like, Dan, are you okay? And I appreciate, I mean, the answer's always no, but I appreciate that. You buy the weirdest clothes. Yeah, I read that in a smut chapter. What, me chained to a demon with a nose piercing. Sign me up to that one. Let me know. Say hi to my papa. Hi, and Jessica said, my cat just puked. Shout out to all the pets watching this right now, especially the ones throwing up on the people watching this. Did your houseplant survive while you were away? Yes. And boom, Meg, here's another thing. I don't know how many of my succulents I've shown you, but I feel like this is like a super important part of the show now, so I'm just gonna... this is the one that was in my succulents being ran. I feel like it's the only one I haven't shown you. It's the square, it's the cube succulent, and this is the one that's so damn healthy. It is literally so alive. It started flowering. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's just supposed to be a little potted plant, but it has started growing a flower. My life's in shambles, but the plants are thriving. There we go. It's so, oh my God. Look at this outpouring of support in the chat for my houseplant. Thank you. But it's a pretty cool shape, isn't it? They're like my favorite things, these terrariums. You and your plant look amazing. Thanks, Haley. Great. Cool. So that was fun. Yes, I missed. I'm never missing a flight ever again. I'm always going to leave like an hour. It was honestly so traumatizing. If like never, you know, people say, oh, you need to arrive 2 hours before, like have plenty of time, and then you think, well, that's in case something happens, so it's fine. I can leave a bit late. No, when you leave a bit later than the time you're supposed to leave, in case something happens, that's when something happens on top of the thing that you choose to do. That's a delay. Don't risk it. Oh my God, I have friends that always stay at airports the night before, and I'm like, you're crazy, why would you do that? That makes no sense. And now I'm like, I understand. I'm sorry. I've been there. You put the suck in succulents. I literally do. I swear them. Your background is really aesthetic. Is it? I don't know, like, okay, I've got that plant. That's pretty good. And then it's just like a grey blind. I feel like this needs to be improved. I feel like maybe I should move all the crap off these shelves and put some interesting ornamenty things on it. It's classy AF. It's classy, I don't know. I feel like it's not, I mean, I like the piano. Tell you what else I've got. This, are you ready for this? So I committed a crime. Not really. I feel like there was some amount of like consent or permission or whatever with this. I don't know. You tell me. But there was a Facebook. Oh, how much information should I give about this? I'm not quite sure. At VidCon, and they had Facebook React cushions. And look at this, an angry React cushion. Look at that. I am angry. You saw it in the post, and then I was like, I spoke to the person that was like in charge, and I was like, can I have this? And they were like, well, not really. I mean, we're not supposed to give them. And I'm like, yeah, but after today, what you gonna do with them? Like, the thing's over. And they were like, well, I don't think we are supposed to give them away, but I don't know if we're technically not supposed to not give them away. And I was like, yoink. So I stole an angry React cushion from Facebook, and it's like literally my favorite thing. Current mood. I mean, yeah, angry. What are you gonna do with it? I'm just gonna look at it. I'm gonna make out with it. I'm gonna make love to it. I'm gonna have a baby with it, and it will be a very angry baby. And that's the plan. You are a year behind. Oh, a meme that existed for longer than 3 days. Ah! You need to learn to see the value in things more than just how trendy they are. You know, real artistes of pop culture and humor are the people that create the memes that take off. Like the SpongeBob copying rude talkback meme. What is the name of that? I don't know. You know, though, what's the name of that? I feel like we all know it, but do we know what's the catchy name? Anyway, mocking SpongeBob, is that it? Sponge mock. Oh, it is literally, okay. Well, yeah, for example, like, that's funny. But if you did it now, people would be like, oh, that was last month's meme. You can't be like this. Like, it was funny for a reason. You're not a true aficionado of memes if you're a shallow meme hipster trading them like the stock market, where it's hot now and then it's not funny later. You know, some memes, they don't age well. Some, like Doge, are vintage, where they've aged so much they're funny again. I made a whole video about this because I'm weird. Yes. So Kat's new puppy Sigma looked soft. Oh my God. Okay, so we had some fun. It wasn't all trauma and missing flights while I was over in California. Did a performance, that was fun. Met some people, that was fun. We hung out with Kat, and Kat, our friend, YouTuber, Catrific, is a crazy dog lady. Just saying that right now. One girl living by herself, 3 dogs, crazy dog lady. it's actually it's happened. It's not even being mean. It's just a fact at this point. So she's adopted a baby pit bull called Sigma, and it's like the smoothest, most perfect nude, I should say. Like, who am I? I've been in America for a week. I'm losing my personality. Um, Baby pit bull, and she was like, "Do you want to film a video while we're together?" And we were like, "I don't know what it is." And I was like, "Have you talked about your dog?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Oh my, just film. I want to play with the dog." So if you go to youtube.com/cattrific, you can see a cute dog. What else do I need to say? And it's immensely cute. Say hi to the trashy Emma stands, GC. What up? I saw that video. It was hilarious. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, Phil was convinced he could teach this dog tricks. No, I was just there to look at it and make noises. Louise is having a baby. I know. Aren't you just like so hooked to her channel and every piece of news right now, living vicariously through that? Dogs and babies, that's all that, they're just pure. See, I was about to say, just like Michael Jackson, and that's controversial. But anyway, you know, as soon as someone stops being a child and discovers that the world is a terrible place, and we all get sad and miserable and realize that magic is dead and everything's pointless, it's quite depressing. That's why when you see like a happy dog or a child, it's like, oh, something that's pure and has just experienced the happening of the happiness. No, I'm experiencing the happening of life, and that's not the happiness of life. You know what I mean? So, you know, dogs and babies, boom, purity. It just makes you understand. A dog is laying on my arm, and I'm jealous of you. My charity shirt arrived, and it's so nice. Yes, Jess! So people, we did those shirts for the Red Cross. I think we should do a tweet about that. We'll do that this week. It was amazing. We sold every single t-shirt we printed for this limited edition, and raised a load of money for the Red Cross. So that's cool. I mean, you know, that's all thanks to you. So thanks to the people that got that. It's an amazing charity, and you did something nice and helped out. Anyway, my pit bull is lying on my back. Good for you. Ranoli Olivia said, "I love you." Ah, thanks. You don't know me in real life. I might be a cannibal. Be careful. Have you ever been to North Wales? Said Leah Michelle. I need to. I have actually. I had a family friend that was Welsh, and I went there when I was 8. It was very wet and cold, and there were a lot of valleys, and stereotypically there were a lot of sheep. He had really slow internet, but I had a lovely, relaxing time. That's Dan's review of the country of Wales. In case everyone was just telling me, a dog is touching me right now in the chat. Good for you. Who else did you hang out with? We hang out with Anthony, previously from Smosh. Yeah, buddy, nice to see him. I hate only seeing people once a year, which is why I like going to America. And yes, I can confirm videos were filmed with Anthony. So without spoiling literally anything, look forward to those, because they are funny and intense. And I'm not going to say anything more, but that's a thing. Do you have jeans on now, said Google Maria? No, I'm wearing shorts. Yes, I've progressed from my tweet earlier. So I don't know if you saw this, but earlier it was really hot, and I was just sat in a pair of like pajama pants and a hoodie, and I was like, oh, I'm really hot. And Phil was like, he walked past me and said, "If you're really hot, why are you wearing this literally gigantic sweater that's like a size extra, extra large that you're drowning in it?" And I was like, "'Cause this is my choice, and if you'd rather sit here, you know, wearing socks and not wearing any shorts, then that's just up to me." But that would be very inappropriate right now, and I'd probably be sweating if I was wearing that. So I got changed for you. There we go. Hi, can you say hi to Alfie, please? What up? Thanks for watching. Indeed. Play Crash Bandicoot on Danville Games, please. Okay, we'll get to gaming. We'll get to gaming. Indeed. Did you have fun overall at VidCon? I always have. I mean, it's very crazy for anyone with any amount of social anxiety. It's like internal screaming for 72 hours. But you know, it's very. I always any situation where it's good to connect with the real people that watch you is good. Because YouTube, it's not good for your mental health because it's all up in your head and it's all imaginary. So to see it IRL, it's grounding and it's good. That's the thing with the internet. Makes us think too much. Show us any souvenirs you bought. I'm not going to even accept your message because I don't have any. Did I buy anything? I don't think so. I stole some shower gel because it smelled nice. But you're allowed to do that when you're staying at a hotel. I'm a klepto. That's the theme of this live chat right now. Say happy late 18th birthday to Valen. What up? Thanks for watching. You have really nice eyebrows. You should do them. I don't know what doing eyebrows involves, but I'm scared. And you collaborated with Mark. Yes, a lot of people did video with Markiplier. And I'm sure some people have probably guessed from literally every single person vlogging what happened. But that should come out, and that should be fun. He was a bit like, this is what I want you to do. And I was like, I have no plan. Okay, here we go. This has happened. But yeah, it's cool. Hey, Dan, do you like asparagus? Asking the important questions here in the chat today. Yeah, I like asparagus. Didn't used to. Now I do. When you like grill or like roast asparagus, definitely. You know what I mean? That crispiness. Ew, said Brooklyn. Look, are you asparagus shaming me right now? What is this? I can't believe you. Just the tip note, am I right? No, the stalk. Chew on that stick. Absolutely. Talk about the Sims. Okay, priorities. Shut up. Sims. I don't care who you are or why you're watching me. If you don't watch Phil and I's, does that make, or mine and Phil's? I don't even know. I'm having a grammar breakdown. Sims 4 series on our gaming channel. You're missing out on the most important drama series being produced this year. My God, it has been eventful. So, Dill Halter, our male sim, was abducted by aliens, impregnated, and in the video that we uploaded yesterday, has given birth to an alien baby. Yes, that's actually, if you haven't watched it, you need to, I mean, it's an emotional roller coaster. Dalian. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people seem to have reacted more positively to the name Dalian rather than Dab. I accept that, much like mocking SpongeBob. That was a bit of a stale memeorino. Do not contact the aliens. Okay, so me and Phil, we try not to read the comments too much in case it like spoils Sims mechanics, but every single comment and tweet we've gotten has been, don't contact the aliens! Because at the end of the last video, I was like, oh my God, our Sim had an alien baby, and I can like call down the aliens to come meet their like grandchild. But apparently if you do that, they just come collect the child and you never see it again. I would have a complete breakdown on camera if that happened. I'm in way too deep with our own Sims series. Like, honestly, I have more emotional attachment to these video game characters than I have emotions about anything in my entire life on any level. Parental panic, said Malia. Yeah, literally, I have post-parental panic through now, living vicariously through Dalian. I mean, in that space crib, what's not to love? It was pretty amazing. So, yes, that was the thing. I mean, after the last episode with the bloody fire and everything, and then this time they turn off the lights, I'm like, we need to just get to it. So, yeah, what happened with Dab and that tentacle monster under the bed? That was like this whole subplot happening in the background of this video, and I'm scared. Either way, all I know is it's a good time to be watching the videos on Danville Games, because there's going to be a major house renovation, and it can only get weirder from this point. GeoGuessr, oh my God. So we uploaded this video playing a game called GeoGuessr, which is where like Google Maps dumps you somewhere in the world and you have to like guess where you are. And okay, so firstly, once I read a sign that said miles, and I said it was in America. Or did it say kilometers and it was in Australia? I did something that was the wrong way around. I wasn't paying attention. I was sweaty and tired. I apologize for that. Although, a lot of people didn't seem to... I said when Phil was reading a sign in Portuguese, we were trying to trick each other, and I went, it's Mexican. It's the Mexican language. A lot of people didn't think I was joking and that I actually thought Mexico had Mexican language. I'm not that stupid, okay? I know I made a mistake reading a sign with the kilometers thing, but you know, there were a lot of things that the comments were like, oh man, Dan and Phil, I'm really disappointed. And we were joking. We obviously need a much more offensive and degrading to each other sarcasm voice. I mean, that's just going to happen on the internet, is it? You can't avoid making a joke and people going, wow, that's a serious opinion you have. This is strange. So there you go. Dude, the Try Guys, we met them at VidCon. They were super nice. It was America, and you said cars are driving on the wrong side of the road. You know, I'm just gonna. When it comes to this, I think that the imperial system is just terrible. Like the metric system, it's like everything goes into tens, hundreds, and thousands. So it's so neat. It's like, how does a meter go into a kilometer or a millimeter? And how does that translate into a cube or a cylinder? It's so easy to work out. Whereas it's like, how many, there's 14 pounds in a stone. When you're baking in the imperial system, you get these freaking recipes and it's like 3.5 cups of this. And it's like, what the hell is a cup? Because I have big cup. When I need coffee, I'm like, here we go, mate, sipping out of the pig trough. So do I do that with the flour? Did the imperial system have anything to do with England's influence on the world? Honestly, the British Empire, they just ruined everything we've done, other than like mild, yeah. So in other words, let's all ditch the imperial system, and that's an opinion that Dan's passionate about today. Can you say hi to the Daddy Squirt Tots group chat? And Dan's gonna stop reading the chat for 2 minutes. Okay, there we go. That happened. That was quite... Dan, you didn't do a live show since your last video. No, I didn't, Stevie. Yeah, I didn't, did I? What did you think of my memeing of life video? So, this was an idea that I've had in my videos on the Notepad for, I think, about 3 years, maybe, or something insane. Basically, ever since I saw the meme that was like, you know, born too early to explore the world, born too late to explore the universe, or the other way around, just in time for dank memes. I was like, that's an interesting video, but that would be kind of boring if I just talked about how interesting it is, so I need to make it really stupid. So my intention with the video was to kind of make us all aware of how we're living in this quite boring time of humanity, and then to try and give it a meaning, but not an actual one, because there is no meaning, so it's all a big joke. Yeah, I liked it. You looked good. Thanks. I got a new lens for my camera, because I'm on a constant quest to not look like the back of a spoon. Dan, my friend thought it was confusing, but I thought it wasn't interesting enough. Okay, well, I mean, like, I can't literally upload a video that's just, here's Dan's amateur essay at, like, grade school psychology level, because that, you know, I'm not Vsauce, that'd just be a bit boring. But if it was just full funny, then it wouldn't be interesting. So that's fine. Dan, defrizz your hair. I don't know what a hair product is. You gotta help me. So yeah, that was fun. Dan, talk about music. Okay. You know what's good? Lord's new album. Who here has listened to Lord's new album? Yeah? Because you know what? As someone, I know I am a bit of a poptimist, which is someone that accepts that pop music is all manufactured, but still reviews it highly anyway. Not all of it's manufactured, sometimes just the production is. But anyway, Lorde, new album. Amazing. So we all loved Royals, and we thought that Lorde was cool. I thought that Pure Heroine was like a good album. It didn't blow my mind, but I was like, this is so original, and I really love her, and her singing, and her songwriting. And I think she has such hope. And then I was kind of worried when Green Light came out that she'd just go for like, someone just said, I saw you in the lobby of your hotel, smile more. Oh my God, if I was a girl, that would be so offensive. But still, I have a sad resting face, and I might just be really depressed. I don't walk around like every time I go outside. That would be really weird. Anyway, yeah, so it's amazing. Oh my God, it's good. Like, I think that Lorde's performance was great. She's just a great singer, and I love her voice and the performance. Like, it's not just about being able to sing well, it's about how you tell a story. It's about how someone singing a song conveys the emotions of what they want to do. And Lorde isn't just, you know, a pop star that sings really well and hits all the notes. It's, you know, she makes you feel, and she writes music that she cares about, and it's one of those authentic singer-songwriter albums that, despite having like, you know, trendy pop production like Greenlight had, you know, it sounds like a Latin house pop song that is just on the radio, which is exactly what it is, but it was still really authentic. But even then, some of the album tracks were weird as heck, and I support that. So yeah, thumbs up for Lorde's new album. Vince Staples, yeah, that's right. Vince Staples, F the Melon. I love that new album. Like, he collaborated with a bunch of weird producers that I love that are super obscure, like someone from PC Music called Sophie, which is, I was like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, I mean, I'm like a huge fan of Vince Staples anyway, and then I was like, what's his new album going to sound like? And then it came out, and I was like, this sounds weird. I don't have the dance moves to listen to this album. Tyler, the Creator, yeah, Tyler's new single. Is it like a whole collab album with A$AP Rocky? If so, I'm like, I'm in it. I'm here. I'm present. I'm ready. If it's not a whole collab with A$AP Rocky, that's fine too. But I'm just flagging. There was Frank in it too. He wasn't in the music video because he's like an elusive unicorn, and I respect that lifestyle. But still, yeah, it was good. Excited about that. I've never heard your opinion on Kendrick Lamar. I like, yeah, one of my favorite artists. It's cool. Everyone's like, Harry Styles. I like Harry Styles. BTS. I like BTS. Yeah, sure. Someone was like, Dan's basic for saying Not Today is his favourite BTS song. Come for me. Yeah, I was in YouTubers React again. Always do that, because if you're checking into a hotel, this is the thing about hotels that's really lame. Usually the rooms aren't ready for you to check into until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So the day that I leave the VidCon Convention Centre, we usually go to film with the Fine Bros, because that's just a good use of time. And we reacted to BTS, and it was good. Indeed, you know Gorillaz. I know Gorillaz. Yes, so that was fun. I was shook watching you react to BTS. Thank you. Why is VidCon in America? I mean, they're trying to do it in other places. It's cool. I feel bad sometimes because conventions are so expensive. They're not like going to see someone on tour. They're like the price of seeing 7 people on tour. And it's a shame that the performances aren't as good as when people do their own shows. Like, if you're someone that they care about the industry and they want to see the community panels and maybe going to a meetup or seeing someone on stage for 10 minutes and that big of a deal, then that's what a convention is. But I feel like for the people in the community and the followers of YouTubers that are really there to maybe get a chance to meet them or to mainly see them perform in real life, I just feel bad that they're, you know what I mean, compared to when people do tours. Dan rambling. Please watch Assassination Classroom. What? Oh, that's a good recommendation. I've heard loads of people. Okay, I'll write that down. Grow a beard, said someone in the chat. Yeah, in 10 years maybe we'll get there. What is wrong with me? When will I finish puberty? I don't know. It's don't feel bad. Are you ready for the Emoji Movie? I'm not ready for it, and I don't know how interesting that would be. Anyway, speaking of movies, I watched Deepwater Horizon on the plane. That was good, lots of explosions. I finally watched Logan. How good is that? It's probably like the second best superhero movie ever made, next to Dark Knight. It was really great. The girl was like such an amazing actor. It was great. Dan, you look wet. Thanks. I don't know how to feel about that. Are you ready to watch Spider-Man aubergine squirt emojis? Yeah, okay, well, lots of people were just mentioning Spider-Man then. I don't know why yours... Control yourself, okay? I know Tom Holland does a lot of exercise and stuff, but don't be dropping those aubergines in my chat. Yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man. I hope it's not just like Iron Man 4, although I do love the RDJ. Yeah. My mum's friend was in Logan. Cool. But, I'll tell you what I did watch the other day. Baby Driver. Everyone's favourite has the cigarette but doesn't smoke it actor Ansel Elgort in a movie directed by the guy that did Scott Pilgrim and all the amazing Cornetto trilogy, Simon Pegg movies. Edgar Wright has directed a movie about a boy who's a getaway driver that has to listen to music while he does it. But does he want to be in that lifestyle? It's played by... Oh my god, it's amazing! It's amazing. Like, if you're somebody that doesn't like action and explosions and you're just in it for Ansel Elgort's face, you'll probably have a good time. But it's such a good movie. I mean, all of Edgar Wright's movies are kind of silly and not super emotional because they're so, like, especially this one, it's edited like that Suicide Squad trailer where all the action's in time with the music, which is incredible. It's really good. You get into it emotionally. It's so well made. It's really fun. I recommend all of you go see it. You'll just have a bloody, amazingly fun time at the cinema with your friends. Go watch Baby Driver. Dan's film recommendations. How do you feel about Phil with curled hair? That was a thing. So I curled Phil's hair. Who saw that video? Yeah, I was, me and Phil sometimes just next to each other. It's like, what's your next video? No, this is my next video. That's cool. And Phil was like, I want you to curl my hair with some curling irons. Who cares? Give the people what they want. Some people were like, Dan, you could have done a better job. I was so scared of actually injuring Phil because these things are like 300 degrees. And as I said in the video, there's so many clips on YouTube of girls curling their hair doing a tutorial and then ripping off their entire fringe. Actually think for a second if I actually ripped off Amazing Phil's fringe. He probably has it insured, I don't know, but it's like, oh my god. So yeah, I was scared I'd burn his flesh. But that I got a 3rd-degree burn from a burning eye. Exactly. I didn't want to be the guy that melted his face on YouTube. So yeah, I hope you had fun with that. And it looked pretty good. I mean, I think that it went viral. Did it go viral? I feel like that's just people watching it like 5 times because they love it. Immune to the fear. I think I am. I'm straightening my hair and I'm just like pressing it against my eyeball because my entire face is just scar tissue now after years of trying to straighten my hair. It was on trending. It was on trending and the comments weren't even that bad. I don't know how that happened. Although trending in the UK is like, how many people? We're a small island. It's not trending in America. But yeah, who's your BTS bias? What did I say in the video? Rap Monster. Who knows? Maybe. There's so many members in so little time. I get the blah blah blah. Yuri Season 2. Are they doing Season 2 of Yuri on Ice or are they just doing a movie? Either way, it's all I'm looking forward to in life. But why don't they kiss? I don't know. Like, there's so much anime porn. Where's the kissing in Yuri on Ice? It's all words. And it almost makes you think like, is this all just like some weird queer baiting? They're not actually gay or something. Yeah, but I mean like, not I'm saying, I mean like more. Like if you're watching Riverdale, if you're watching a normal anime, and it's like boobs and kissing and other stuff, because censorship, no, anime is weird. Maybe they just want it to be wholesome, and they're like, they'll do a light kiss. Did they kiss on camera though, or was it like they fell on each other? Censorship. There's a lot of gay anime. There's a lot of lesbian anime. There's a lot of, yeah, but you get like children's TV where there's a makeout session, and I'm just questioning. Anyway, my cat keeps waking me up. Hi, Jotelina. Shout out to your cat's waking up at 4 a.m. Oh my god, close the door. What? Dan, Q on Tumblr. I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, I'll do a. It was a confirmed kiss. It was a confirmed. You can't just do all this stuff off screen and say, it's canon. It's weird. I don't understand. Meow, new Food Wars season. I'm here for Food Wars season. I'm so sad that we couldn't go to Japan that time that Crunchyroll asked us to go over. Oh my god, I don't know if I could tell you. Maybe in like 2 months. Another cool thing I said no to. When's your next vid coming out? My next video is coming out sometime in the next 7 days. Maybe. Perhaps. The animator said it was a kiss. Well then, why didn't they make it obvious? Let's get off this. Please don't take any of this seriously. The Trump tweet. I mean, do Tumblr tag. Tonsillitis got me. Tonsillitis is really shit. Good for you. I mean, not good for you. Bianca and Aruj met IRL because of you. That's really good. That's lovely to hear. I hope your friendship blossoms. I met you at VidCon and I'm so happy. Thank you, Ruby. That's lovely. Say hi to my mutuals. Hi to all of Maria's mutuals. You know who you are, I guess. I mean, I'm just presuming that. Do you have a fave Crash Bandicoot level? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Katie. So, basically, back when I was a child, the PlayStation was the hot console, and I played Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. I was too old, young for Crash Bandicoot 1. I don't even know when Crash Bandicoot 1 came out, but I got that when I was like older. But basically, Crash Bandicoot is a game about a marsupial that gets like zapped with a science beam and gets really strong, and for some reason he's wearing jeans, and it's definitely more furry propaganda. All I know is it's a fun game where you jump over holes and smash some crates and stuff. And it was my childhood, and they've just remade it all and released Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 as one game. And Phil and I, as we were recovering emotionally and jet laggy from the intense week in America, played and 100%ed the whole of Crash Bandicoot 1, and it's so good. Ah, nostalgia. Honestly, it's so amazing. Like, they've made it really beautiful, and they've redone all the music, and it's really good. It's fun. We did the whole thing in 2 days. There's 2 more games, and people are saying, do it on the gaming channel. Maybe. We're like debating maybe we should do some streaming sometime on the gaming channel. I don't think we'd set up a Twitch channel, but, you know, like Markiplier and a few people, maybe Crash 2, we could do like an epic 6-hour thing on a Saturday where we just play Crash Bandicoot all day or something. Don't get excited about that, because it might not work, because me and Phil don't know, and I don't know how to do that. It's a thing, but either way, we'll make some Crash Bandicoot content, and I'm sure at some point before the universe explodes, we'll stream something on the gaming channel. If that doesn't happen in the next 2 weeks, it might happen in the next 2 years. Who knows? Speaking of Mario Kart, people seem to like us just kind of casually playing games. We'll definitely do one of those things where we play it as a tournament with you guys at some point. Who knows? Which is always, like, not ideal, because you could only play with 10 of our subscribers at a time, and there'll probably be thousands of people trying to do it together. But it's nice content, in a way. Hi to Annie and Granny Fanny's GC. The good alliteration, rhyming. Have you ever had sauceless pizza? I haven't. What is sauceless pizza? Explain. I'm going to Google it right now. I'm probably going to close this tab. Sauceless pizza. Calories, say people. Isn't this just like vegan pizza? No. Oh, right, a white pizza. Yeah, I've had a white pizza. Is this a new thing that people have just discovered? I've had a white pizza before. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like sometimes you'll want loads of barbecue and ketchup, and sometimes you don't, and you just want to like appreciate the cheese and some like mushrooms on it or something. You know what is good? Vegan cheese. Anyway, boneless pizza. What the hell are you on about? Everyone's talking boneless in my freaking... Okay. Oh, the fucking meme. Okay, yeah, right. Thanks. We're having a real conversation. Say hello to Infinity. Hello, Infinity. Thanks for watching the BTS React video. I love Rat Monster. Good for you that your fave K-pop band is finally getting acknowledged in React. You unironically inspire me. I don't know how to react to that. Thank you. Is it weird that I read some smut and I'm 13? I mean, probably. I don't know. Like, this, let's not talk about this. Right. Dan, video when? At some point this week. But you tell me. I mean, that's what I've been up to this week. What have you been up to? What would you like to talk about? Because this is a two-way process. I'm not just here ranting about why I'm such a terrible, dysfunctional person that misses flights all the time. School's over. Yeah. Game of Thrones soon. Are you emotion ready? No, Katie. I'm not. I'm actually not ready. I'm actually not ready. Like, I'm sorry if you don't know, if you don't care. Game of Thrones is my favorite TV show. It's more important to me than basically most of the things in my life. Like, the new season of Game of Thrones is a higher priority in my life than literally any other things. It's literally what I'm living for. If you sometimes think like existence, is it overrated? And then you get Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, man. It's happening. Jeez, I'm like not ready. I'm scared. So that's the whole thing. Definitely. I'm currently reading the second book. I tried to read the book, and then it was just like exactly what happened in the TV show. I was like, I can't do this. Someone's playing a trumpet next door. Appreciate the music. Unless they're like terrible, and then I guess that'd be bad. Yeah. Hmm. Dan, how are your piano lessons going? Is that a video? We'll come back to this. Tell you what I should do. Some casual. This channel right now, Dan is not interesting. That this video will be automatically uploaded to. I feel like I can do more casual, cute, stupid videos that no one cares about, other than the people that do care about them. I'm talking like a scented candle haul, and not like an ironic one that I try to make into some kind of stupid comedy sketch on Dan is Not on Fire, which is always going to be the name of the channel. Yes, I know I changed it as a display name, but that's what the channel is. But I'm saying, like, I swear there's some boring shit I can just do that might be quite, like, whatever. Maybe I could stream that. I could do a mobile stream where I'm just like, what up? That could have been my succulent tour. I won't do a house tour, but I'll do like an important things that keep me emotionally grounded tour. Here is a candle that I like a lot. I'm a naturalist and existentialist. That kind of works. Yeah, Shuri, good for you for knowing what naturalism is. Have that anime, because I forgot. Uh, I'm going to be an exchange student. That's good. That's scary. That's exciting. That's brave. You know what they say? Travel is the antithesis of bigotry. If you go out there and you really see the world and you meet different people and you experience the reality of people that have different languages and religions and different ways of life, then, you know, it makes you a happier, more accepting person. So you going to be an exchange student, that's rad. Go you. Thank you for signing my sheep jumper. You're welks. Any July 4th plans? Doing a live show and having some pasta, I don't know, like you tell me. What anime are you watching at the moment? At the moment I'm watching an anime called Code Geass, which Phil doesn't know how much he likes it. I'm like into it. It's about an alternate universe where the EU has become a big empire, and so has China, and the British Empire has like re-become a thing, and they've invaded Japan, and they're called the Britannian Empire, and like they've taken over Japan, and then it's like some people in Japan are trying to overthrow the evil British government, which is cool. It has an interesting style where everyone's like 17 foot tall and one-dimensional. It's the best thing ever. Keep watching. Okay, anime fans in the chat telling me how have you never watched it before? Dude, there's a lot of anime. I went on Reddit because I saw someone was like, people were talking about your anime recommendations video, and someone was like, oh my god, all these things are like so normie. It's like, you know, I'm telling people recommendations when they've never watched an anime before, and even then I'm a beginner. So sorry if I've disappointed you by just starting it, but I'm watching it now. And it's good. I'm watching Bates Motel. It's so good. Yes! Support Bates Motel. Beep beep, I'm a sheep, said Sophia. Indeed. Live action Death Note, yes, no, I haven't watched anything of it. I don't want to. When I like a cartoon or anything, and then they do like, I'm like, Any advice for starting uni, said Majestic Face. Okay. Learn to use a laundromat. Basically, if there's any household chores that you've been kind of lazy and leaving to your family to help you out with, you need to learn to do them. You need to learn to shop for basic supplies. You need to learn to cook. You need to learn to clean. You need to learn to do your laundry, because you might be like, I know how to do laundry, and then you get shoved into a queue in a laundromat. Honestly, traumatizing. When I was at Manchester Uni, I'm like, okay, I need to go wash some clothes. I go down there. There's like 100 people. I start freaking out because, you know, like people outside, you know, experience. And they're like queuing. And I've never used a laundromat because my family had a washing machine. So I was like, I literally don't know how to work this machine. What's the etiquette of waiting? Do you just like leave your clothes? Because then I've heard horror stories about people like taking other people's clothes, and I was just like, freak. So you need to, that's what I say. Join societies even if you don't go to them, because it's good to make friends and just get to know people. Because the thing is, at universities these days, and I don't care how old or young you are, you can join a club. there will be something that represents you. There'll be a YouTube fan club, there'll be an anime club, and you might be like, oh, I don't like meeting people and making friends, that's scary. If you're at university and you go to a freaking anime society, everyone there's going to be a weeb nerd like you, and then you're probably going to make a couple friends. And even if they're not your best friends ever, sometimes it's just nice to know some people. And if they have some like crappy activities or you meet up every Wednesday, it's just nice to have some human contact regularly in your life. Indeed. Would you kill Cersei if you have the chance? You know, I'd like to think I wouldn't murder anyone. Cersei's such a great character because you kind of feel sorry for her, and yet she's also one of the most horrible characters in fiction. That's Game of Thrones for you, that sweet grey zone where you're like, horrible things are happening to you, but you do horrible things. Maybe Game of Thrones isn't horrible, but it's just an honest reflection of the world that we live in. People, they like to criticize Game of Thrones, like, why'd you have all this horrible violence and mean stuff? And it's like, this stuff happened. Maybe all the fiction that you've read and watched has been like a whitewashed version of society. Do you know what medieval times was like? Times before law and order? Yeah, well, these horrible things, they just happened. So you saying you don't like being confronted with the reality of people suffering? Well, guess what? It's happening today! Outside of your bubble. But no, really, Game of Thrones is pretty traumatizing. What about Voldemort? Looks pretty weird when he's naked on the floor. That's my opinion about Voldemort. I'm just going to go there. Rick and Morty. Blech, new season. Yep. Again, priorities. Thoughts on Riverdale? They're filming. I mean, I'm living for all their Instagram stories. Oh my god. Archie guy. Zooming in on people's faces all the times. Whenever my self-esteem just needs a good smack, there's Cole Sprouse on Instagram. Shout out to Kim. I read this amazing conspiracy theory. Which Sprouse twin did that Tumblr thing ages ago? You know what I'm talking about. One of them. Anyway, I was just on Twitter, and then, you know, sometimes you just stumble across these threads and you're like, what the hell? Cole. Yeah. Well, I read this thing that was like, Cole, all you tweet are memes. By the way, I think Cole Sprouse's Twitter is incredible. A true shitspo poster. I'd love to be his friend. I think he's amazing. But someone was like, you never tweet about your life and what you're up to. I don't think you run this account. I think your management pay someone to write all these tweets because they don't want you to post your real opinions that might threaten the business of the... And I'm like, come on, really? No, who else is writing those horrendous shit posts other than Cole himself? You look at his Instagram story, which is obviously him, and it's obviously him. I love it. But these people, they were convinced. Like, you know, in any fandom, there's just these conspiracies that are just like so insane. But yeah, that was one of them. Cool. My fire alarm keeps going off. April. Investigate that. Favorite Riverdale character. Pop. There we go. Watch Voltron. I will after I finish this anime and Steven Universe stops releasing new episodes. So many shows! I only watch like 2 episodes of shows a day. I do a lot of stuff. It's very beautiful when I have a weekend where I get to watch like 4 episodes of a TV show. So it's a slow process for me getting through all these shows that people are recommending. I'm sorry that it's not fast enough. Favorite 90s show? I don't know, Buffy, Friends. There are a lot of good, iconic shows that are still super good these days. Definitely. I just finished my first day at work. Congrats! I hope it's not too bad. What piano brand would you recommend? I know nothing about that. This is a Yamaha, and I got it because it was white and it goes with all this furniture, and also you can plug headphones into it. And also it's good. My dream is to get like a Steinway and Sons concert grand. Yeah, there we go. If I do like 12 sponsored videos in a month next year, it's because I'm trying to get a grand piano. There you go. Early 90s kid. Yeah, man. Were you there? Dan, is England your city? Uh-huh. So many memes in the comments today. Play the G note. Okay. Which one is it? Is it this one? That's just going to send you on a wormhole right there. Ah! It comes back. Stop, says everybody. No! Yeah. Don't do this to me. Oh my god. I mean, the people that don't understand the power that this single note has. Yeah. Wow. I was a poor little emo in art class, and we had a cool art teacher that used to let us listen to the radio. And me and one of my emo friends in school were like, yeah, oh my god, MCR on the radio. And we were like, yeah. And then obviously back then, emo, they weren't very popular. Someone threw what are those knives that you cut card with? Anyway, a bunch of people threw things at us. Like, this is hard to relate to these days because there's lots of, big issues that are controversial. But, like, I don't know if this happens now, but there were, like, fashion trends that would literally get you, like, attacked just for, like, die emo scum. No, it wasn't the time that people threw rocks at me when I was out shopping. This was in school, an X-Acto knife. An X-Acto knife, yes. You're in art class, you can draw. I was in art class, I can't draw. I can't draw. It's just a talent that I just absolutely don't have on any level. You made me choke on my donut. That sounds like a euphemism. Yeah. How do you cope with existential crises? I don't. Lamau. I got called a goth for wearing black. It's just an aesthetic. I know, right? Like, goths are like a subculture. And, if you're just like a gloomy person that wears black like me, let's not group us together, because that's offensive to the goths that really work hard to strive for a specific aesthetic, as opposed to me that's just like a dark trash bag that has no idea what they're doing with life. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, thanks, I am, after reading that lovely comment that you just put in my chat. Thank you for being supportive and watching this. Sing something emo. A video about emo. Who knows? I'm so tired, said Annika. Of life or right now? Get rest, it's important. Stay hydrated. Try to get 8 hours of sleep. If you don't get 8 hours of sleep, have a nap. It's better to get 8 hours of sleep. But if you ever don't get 8 hours of sleep, when you get back from school or work, just have a little nap. Because you should always try to get the right amount of sleep in a day. You can't, like some people, function on like 4 hours of sleep a day. But should we respect subcultures? What does it even mean to respect subcultures? I value people, not labels. Whoa! Stakhanov here in the chat with an interesting opinion. Yeah, true. Does anyone have a counter opinion to that? I mean, people and their actual human emotions are more important than just the labels that they associate with themselves. But if a subculture is like a form of artistic expression, especially if it's like punk or goth, where people are rebelling against a society that has maybe failed them, and they get kind of victimized and treated badly just for expressing themselves because they feel like they need to, because, life and being a normie just isn't working out for them. People, well, it's that whole thing where people are like, oh my god, like, people wearing band t-shirts is like, so like, appropriating all the people that listen to metal and were hated by Christians in the 80s. And then I have some people that are rocker friends, like actual goths on Facebook, that are like, what? It's just a freaking t-shirt. Who cares? Oh my god, are we actually arguing about something so stupid? Yes, I listened to Metallica in the 80s. Yes, my family disowned me. No, I don't care if it's on sale in River Island. Who knows? I'm just caring about Game of Thrones and trying to get an avocado that's ripe enough to eat for breakfast tomorrow. Shout out to avocados and also Kim and Danny. I got told I was emo for reading books. That makes no sense. Good on you for reading. Reading makes you happy. Lana's album comes out this month. Intrigued for that. Your hair looks good. Thanks. I woke up like this. That's why it's so frizzy, as the person in the chat said earlier. Thanks for that. Avocados are ruining millennials. It's true. I'm a millennial. I'm actually trying to, I don't have a lot of avocados. I hardly ever have them. But I saw a recipe and I want to try it. And, I just won't be able to afford anything else now. Dan, can you sing the llama song? Dan's feeling like it's time to dip in 30 seconds if we've gotten to the point. This was going so well. We've been doing this for nearly an hour, and this has been really interesting. John Green's new book. Holy crap, I know, right? I had a little chat with John. A little catch up at VidCon. Not telling you anything. Excited for that. And yeah, someone mentioned Llama Song. Time to dip. Thanks for watching. I missed you while I was away in California. Look forward to the next Johnny's Not on Fire video whenever that happens. Jesus Christ, go watch the gaming videos. The next video that we're uploading onto Tenderful Games is one of my favourite videos that we've ever put on that channel. It is crazy. It's very funny, and I'm not going to spoil it. It's going to make you kind of go like, oh my god. So anyway, I'm not going to hype it up too much, but I loved it. Look forward to that. Look forward to some videos. Get 8 hours of sleep. Have a nap. Cuddle a dog. And, you know, just have fun wearing gloomy t-shirts if you want to. And don't throw knives at people. That's what we've learned in this live show. Thanks for spending some time with me. I appreciate you. Have a nice week. Goodbye.